had to crop out my tits out this one. So my gym membership's going to be used a bit more.
For when you're a celebrity.
I like the fact this is actually been recorded for the outtakes.
Absolutely.
Other opinions are available.
Absolutely. So I suppose, first of all, if we're just going to get some background knowledge on yourselves as Grays supporters, what kind of things, talk to me about your Grays history. Ty, you go first.
So my first game was in the 86-87 season. It was an entertaining 1-1 draw with Croydon.
Oh, fuck off, that's mine.
It was Croydon, because you're the same age. Well, you're younger than me.
Yeah, with Croydon. Bit my story already.
John Leslie turned up. And one of the weird things was, it was, you turn up there, and it's like, you just fall in love with Grays. That is it. Like, the sky blue shirts, that is it.
Iconic sky blue.
Iconic sky blue. That should be the real colours.
Nice.
Sky blue. None of this royal blue rubbish. Sky blue. But yeah, that was my first game. And so yeah, that was quite entertaining. And then the second game, not so entertaining. I think we lost 5 or 6-0 to Dagenham.
Well,
Every second game.
As happens all the time against
As that used to happen.
Standard.
I think Dave Hook was probably playing in goal then as well.
So, what about yourself? What
was the core of the game as well?
Yeah.
But obviously my dad and granddad used to go and they took me along, and obviously you see some muppet sitting on the wall behind the goal, so I kind of used to see it.
Because I when we was younger.
It was like a brick,
Gits Terrace.
Yeah, it was like a brick wall the whole way round. You was allowed to sit on the wall before. Then a couple years later, when we went up the leagues, he was like, "No, you got to stand behind the wall now." But luckily, he was tall enough by then to actually see over it. But yeah, it was just sort of them sort of era. I think possibly Barry Delfer joined by then. Was Barry Delfer?
Yeah, Barry Delfer's in goal. I think
so. It's like the team sheet literally never changed, because in them days, no one ever got injured. People got suspended, I suppose, but I remember the Croydon game. Absolutely, I think it pissed down even at the start of the season, and it would be called off these days. I know it sounds like football's gone soft, but the pitch was terrible. It used to be raised up in the corners.
And you're talking Bridge Road when you say the pitch.
We're talking Old Bridge Road.
Old Bridge Road.
Honestly, it's alright.
And that would be good, because we'll get to that. And a part of one of the things that we want to look at throughout the course of these podcasts is different grounds. And especially different grounds that we've played at.
Wembley.
But let's start today by thinking of strikers. It's the iconic position on a pitch. Can make or break a season. Talk to me about your relationship with strikers that have played for Grays. Like, what stands out to you?
I mean, like you've got elite ones like your Freddie Eastwoods, and Aaron McLean's.
You just knew from their first game. It sounds horrible, but they won't stay too long, because even when conference they're going to get tapped up pretty quick.
Yeah.
But then prior to that, you had like Dominic Gentle. Like, he come on loan twice for us, and literally I think we was paying him a lot of money, or Glenn Jarvis might have been paying him a lot of money at the time. But he come on loan from Enfield, I think.
It kept us up 2
seasons in a row. Literally just come in and he just bagged goals. He was he's God rest his soul, but he was elite. He was a different level, but he was only a loan player. And as they say, never fall in love with a loan player.
Nah. And then you got Gary Taylor went on. Did he end up playing Blackburn?
Gary Taylor Fletcher,
Taylor Fletcher is called then, wasn't he? But he played for us like half a season. Like the Saxtons seem to get all these people like around Christmas time just to save the season every year.
I think Taylor Fletcher might have been a Craig Edwards or a Snowden. He come from Orient on loan.
But he was sort of. I never expected to see him in the Prem, but he done all right for us, to be fair. But you just never see him being a Premier League player.
I think when he played for us, 17 or 18, I think he was fairly young. Fairly young. But yeah, and then obviously you had Vil Powell.
Oh god, yeah.
Scored like 9 million goals.
The goal at Hornchurch as well, because I know that era sort of Leroy was like the main man, but Vil Powell's goals, and we signed him from like a random team in Nottingham where he scored like 50 odd goals a season.
Retford, yeah, and he used to live on one of the flats in the ground as part of his deal.
So yeah, nice commute to work, because he was full time then, so nice commute.
But then obviously, there's that. But then you had your Dwight Marshalls of this world, Richard Cherries.
Richard Cherry, and his dad was like the chairman. Was he chairman or not? Richard Cherry, was he a sponsor?
I'm not really sure what Bill Cherry's job was. He used to love puddings.
Oh god, yeah. he used to come in every day and say, "How's your puddings?" Every day.
No idea what
pudding was. But who knows?
No idea what pudding.
I'm not sure I want to find out. But
how's your puddings?
There was one bloke. I remember watching the FA Trophy final on Sky, and it was like, is it Tony Rogers at Dagenham?
Tony Rogers.
He scored like a diving header from like side onto the goal. He managed to curve a diving header in, and I think he ended up signing for us for a bit.
He did, yeah. He signed for us towards the end of his career. I think Craig Edwards might have got him in. As Craig Edwards used to get everyone in.
Absolutely,
some random players.
So one of the things that come up during the week when we were talking about strikers was the strikers that never made it, that come with so much promise that we had been banging in goals left, right and centre for
Usually
everyone
against
else.
us as well.
Yeah.
Usually against us, and then come
Wayne Vaughan, Lee Boylan, Gary Abbott,
Stafford Brown.
The list is endless.
Yeah.
I think, did we have Roy Essendon for a...
Roy Essendon came, yeah, but he was a sort of journeyman, random footballer who appeared from Teddy.
Absolute random signings in the conference years. Striker, Danny Kadamari.
Yeah, one game.
One game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
On his comeback.
Yeah, he used to have strikers. Yeah, we'd get them, but they could never score. I think that changed. I think with Bantic. Bantic was the one who broke that mould. I think.
To be fair, I don't think even Bob Croker struck at Grays, could he?
No.
Just ruined strikers.
Yeah, we had that, but we had like the other ones, didn't we?
I mean, Cole Leaburn sticks out to
Cole
me.
Leaburn.
Oh god, yeah, that goal against Birigi.
Yeah,
Loved.
off his arse.
Yeah.
Off his arse, and he celebrated like it was the most important goal he'd ever scored.
And
obviously to us it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole Leaburn.
Oh, I'll see him
And
at
Jason
Charlton games
Dezell
actually.
as well. We had Charlton.
Jason Dezell, yeah.
He got sacked at half time, didn't he? Getting on the beers. Stimson sacked him at half time.
So that's it. There's been strikers / attacking wingers that have gone on and gone above and beyond. So for people that aren't familiar with Grays, can you tell us about some of the players that have left the club and gone on to better things?
Well, actually, Aaron.
Yeah.
He stands out among them.
Aaron McLean, yeah. I think Freddie Eastwood's gone to the highest, didn't he? Getting international caps for Wales. Gary Hooper, yeah. Young Gary Hooper. He was more a midfielder though. Everyone calls him a striker. Gary Hooper was a
goal-scoring
midfielder.
Goal scoring midfielder.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't put him in a striker bracket.
Right, okay. Noted.
I'll tell you about the first strikers I can remember, and it was like,
John Leslie's the first one.
I don't know, what about, was Mickey Welsh a striker alongside Tony Mahoney?
Tony Mahoney, yeah.
They used to like just scare our own fans, let alone everyone else's. Like they were just like proper units, the pair of them.
Talking of that, I just like you just brought them up, like that sort of era. The ultimate, like mudlark striker, Maverick Bailey.
Oh, we played. It's like
he's a reserve player.
Yeah,
he's a reserve player.
It was the day when Thurrock played London Irish at the rugby, and there weren't hardly anyone there. He was playing Bognor, and I don't know how the game went ahead, but yeah, we won 5-0, and the ref couldn't even book no players from either team because all their shirts were covered up with mud. Didn't know what number he was booking.
But he used to play like when it was wet. He'd come out of the reserves when the pitch was heavy. And play in the first team, get goals, and then he'd be back in the reserves.
If he's playing these days, he'd be a specialist. I think, honestly.
Oh yeah, he'd have a field day out there today.
Yeah.
So thinking of then those were the kind of iconic strikers that we had. Who are the strikers that we never got that you think if they'd have come here would have changed the game?
Was that one at Cambridge ever a striker who started after?
Dale Binns was a winger.
But he was Stimo tried to sign him. I don't know how many times. Well, that's what we've been told.
Yeah, Stimo told us that he tried to sign him. He tried to sign him, and he tried to sign George Boyd loads, and he just never get him over the line.
We just need like any striker in this league for us.
The ones that we tried to sign, like I mean, I don't know if he's going to play today, but Hallett.
Oh God, yes.
But the amount of times we could have got Hallett, and
he scores against us, though, so maybe it's not
for whatever reason. It's never happened. But
I hope he wouldn't. But he might be one of those ones who scores every time against us and we ruin his career.
I think he just scores goals, doesn't he? He's like just scores.
Absolute rhino.
Yeah.
But yeah, old.
And you used to have him, the guy at Purfleet.
George Giorgio.
George Giorgio. We tried to sign him, and I'll tell you the one that we very nearly got him once. After loads of trying, I actually know him personally, Cobby. And he'd never played for Grays, and then Woodward offered him a ridiculous amount of money, absolutely insane amount of money. But then Dagenham renewed his contract, and it was the only time he'd been approached by Grays like 7 or 8 times. Always turned down. It was the only time he was very close until Dagenham renewed.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he elbowed me in the face in a Sunday League game as well. And the ref gave a penalty against me.
Yep.
And usual Paul Cobb 90 minutes penalty.
Always
standard.
Always Paul Cobb. What a player! What a player!
Yeah, wonderful. So I suppose then, if thinking of all of those, who would be your starting centre forward if you had a current
the all-time team?
Yeah, we'll create a dream 11 at some point. But if you had to start by saying right striker, one name. It's
weird because how would you compare Aaron McLean with achievement and the level Grays are at the time? I don't know, or Tony Mahoney who just give absolutely everything. And that's
the question, isn't it? I
would probably say just for goals out of nothing, I would personally go Freddie Eastwood because he could score a goal out of nothing.
And he could play up front on his own or part of it too. He played up front on his own a couple of times, won us the game, and he played. It might be was he Phil Perry or was he be Leroy? He played alongside. He's played in the two though, definitely.
Yeah, he played with Phil Powell. Leroy used to just play wherever Leroy wanted. I think Leroy just had a shirt. It's like just play, lad.